In fact, the children who were more independent directors when they were young. You may have more psychological problems when you grow up. When I encounter things, I always carry them by myself. A habitual refusal to accept help from others. I don't like to trouble people. I don't like others to trouble me. It can be done alone. He has not been in contact with his family, even if you encounter grievances. Also reluctant to be relatives with parents. I even feel anxious when I see the phone at home. Resist staying with your parents. There may not be independence behind these actions. It's disappointment. There is a concept in psychology. It's called disappointment emotional isolation. It refers to the disappointment of too many realms. Begin to isolate yourself emotionally. No longer actively rely on others. I don't want to be in touch with someone who has ever let himself down. Most of the reason is the emotional end of my parents when I was a child. For example, when you are a child and you need help when you are in trouble, what I get is not comfort and support. It's about ignoring and even blaming. Suppress. For example, when a child is bullied at school, their parents would say, "Why does he bully you and not others?" Often, in the past, the child's preconscious would think, it is unreliable to ask for any help when you encounter difficulties, so he will isolate himself emotionally. Get up and carry all the problems yourself. Slowly, this independence becomes a protective mechanism. That is, as long as I don't expect anything from others, I won't be disappointed. People who have been independent for a long time will become more and more grindable. What I saw was the ability of the blood shadow. Avoidant attachment is formed. We both looked very calm and rational. There is no need to rely on others, but in reality they are closing themselves off. Refuse to make an emotional connection with silently isolated from the outside world. Some people have been self-enclosed for a long time. Even the preconscious will be self-aware, projected onto tyrant, would think in a lot of intimate relationships. It is unreasonable to give old age to extraordinary feelings. If the other party is strict, they don't think the other is independent. If the other party is distracted, they think that the other person lacks ego. In a word, they are not dependent on others. It means that you won't be harmed by others. This defense mechanism will protect themselves from harm. He can be a gun again, block the flow of feelings. This is also an avoidant attachment personality. Reasons for feeling hardship. Then if you are such a person, first of all, we must learn to accept our dependence and hands, and find someone who can accept these hands out of bounds. Everyone has their moments when they need to rely on others. Maybe you used to be reliable because no one was there. It takes one person to move forward independently. It's not the same now. We've grown. For those who do not allow us to rely on, we can stop being angry with their love. Instead, choose those who are willing to support us. It will fall to the envoy. Shaishi, starting from the hour. The main step is dependent on others. For those who are transitionally independent, it is a difficult thing to expect. There may also be nervousness to meet you, but it doesn't matter. We can try to send a message to the past. Let's start with a small request. These hours, it doesn't make others feel overwhelmed, but it can be self-financed. Let you feel the happiness that comes from dependence. Let you relax slowly. Really enjoy the promise of having in a relationship.